Welcome back to Wise Gold, where we explore useful and fascinating knowledge tailored for those entering the golden years of life. I still remember visiting my Aunt Mary every summer when I was younger. She lived alone in a cozy little house on the edge of town, and it seemed like every corner of her home was filled with memories from a lifetime of stories, laughter, and quiet moments. As the years passed, I noticed how Aunt Mary thrived in her own space, enjoying the quiet and comfort of living by herself. Whenever I'd ask her why she didn't want to move in with her children, she'd smile and say, "Living alone keeps me young, keeps me independent." Back then, I didn't quite understand why Aunt Mary would choose solitude over the constant company of family. But as I've grown older and started to hear more from others around her age, I've come to realize just how much wisdom was behind her decision. For many older adults, living alone isn't just a matter of preference. It's a conscious choice that brings with it a sense of independence, dignity, and freedom. Today, I often find myself talking to people in their later years who share their own stories about why they choose to live alone. Some of these stories come from friends, others from online forums for older adults, but they all share a common theme. Living alone as an older adult is more than just practical. It's empowering. So, if you're considering this lifestyle or are already embracing it, here are 9 reasons why living alone as an older adult can be one of the best decisions you'll ever make. 1. Independence. The power to make your own decisions. One of the most compelling reasons to live alone is the sheer freedom it affords. You no longer need to worry about consulting with someone else about daily decisions. Whether it's something as small as what to have for dinner or something more significant like how you want to spend your days, living alone gives you the autonomy to make choices entirely on your terms. Steve, a 72-year-old retiree, shared his experience on a senior forum. "I love waking up and deciding what I want to do without having to ask anyone. Whether it's reading a book or working in my garden, I get to choose. I don't have to consider anyone else's schedule." For Steve, this independence was invigorating, offering him a new lease on life in his later years. As an older adult, this kind of control over your day-to-day activities can give you a renewed sense of self-reliance and confidence, which can be incredibly fulfilling after decades of raising children or living with a partner. 2. Peace and quiet. Time to reflect and rejuvenate. With age comes wisdom, and often with wisdom comes a desire for more peaceful moments. The older we get, the more we appreciate the quiet moments where we can reflect on life, enjoy a hobby, or simply take in the sounds of nature. Living alone creates the perfect environment for this. Aunt Mary used to tell me how much she cherished her early mornings. "That time is for me," she would say, sitting in her favorite chair by the window, watching the birds in her garden as the world outside slowly came to life. Living alone means there's no rush, no pressure to keep up with anyone else's schedule. You can enjoy the tranquility of your surroundings and let your thoughts wander freely. Many older adults find this quiet time crucial for their mental and emotional well-being. When you're living with others, especially family, there's often noise, movement, and endless to-do lists. Living alone allows you to slow down and savor the moments of stillness that become more precious with age. 3. Personal space. Your home, your rules. We spend most of our lives adjusting to the needs and preferences of others, whether it's sharing space with children, a spouse, or roommates. As an older adult, living alone gives you the chance to reclaim your space, making it entirely your own. Dorothy, an 80-year-old grandmother from Nebraska, shared her story on a senior living forum. When my husband passed away, my children wanted me to move in with them, but I needed my own space. I rearranged my home the way I wanted, filled it with things that brought me joy, and painted the walls bright yellow, a color my husband would have never approved of. For many older adults, having control over their home environment is a critical factor in feeling comfortable and happy. Whether it's decorating, arranging furniture, or simply deciding how to use each room, your home becomes an expression of your personality, free from compromises. 4. Health and well-being. Control over your daily routine. Living alone gives you complete control over your health routines, from what you eat to how you exercise. For many, this is not just about maintaining physical health, but mental health as well. Harold, a 74-year-old from California, shared how living alone helped him focus on his wellness. I stick to my morning walks and my afternoon yoga because I don't have to adjust for anyone else. When I lived with my daughter and her family, there was always something disrupting my schedule. For Harold, living alone was the key to sticking with a routine that kept him healthy and active. Many older adults find that they're better able to maintain their health when they don't have to accommodate others' needs or schedules. You can cook meals that suit your dietary needs, create exercise routines that work for your body, and keep your space free from unnecessary stressors that might affect your well-being. 5. Social life on your own terms. A common misconception is that living alone leads to isolation. In reality, it can actually foster a richer social life. When you live alone, you can choose when and how to socialize, focusing on building meaningful relationships instead of just being around people out of obligation. Mildred, a retired teacher, shared on a forum how her social life improved after living alone. When I lived with family, I often stayed home because I felt guilty leaving them. Now, I host a weekly book club, meet friends for lunch, and have time for activities I love. Living alone means you can choose to engage in the social activities that are important to you, allowing for deeper, more rewarding connections with others. You're not forced into family obligations, and you have the freedom to pursue friendships and hobbies that bring you joy. 6. A sense of accomplishment. Doing things for yourself. There's something deeply rewarding about taking care of your own needs, no matter how small the task. From cooking your favorite meals to handling household maintenance, living alone offers a sense of accomplishment and pride. Joe, a widower in his 70s, shared that moving into his own apartment after his wife passed gave him a new sense of independence. At first, I was nervous about handling everything on my own, but now I'm proud of what I've been able to do. I cook, clean, and even fix things around the house. Living alone allows you to prove to yourself, and sometimes to others, that you're still capable of managing your own life. For many older adults, this sense of self-reliance is deeply fulfilling. 7. Avoiding family tension. Living with family members, especially adult children, can often lead to tension. Different lifestyles, expectations, and habits can cause friction, and that stress can take a toll on your emotional and physical health. Linda, a 75-year-old retiree, shared her experience. I love my children, but living with them was stressful. We argued over small things, and I felt like I was losing my independence. Now, we visit each other, but I enjoy my own space. For many older adults, maintaining a healthy distance from family can improve relationships and reduce stress. Living alone allows you to preserve your personal space while still enjoying visits and interactions with loved ones on your terms. 8. Financial freedom. Managing your money wisely. Living with family might seem like a cost-saving measure, but in many cases, it can lead to unexpected financial burdens. Whether you're contributing to household bills or feeling pressure to help out with grandchildren, the costs can add up. Susan, a woman in her late 60s, shared how moving out of her son's house saved her money. I thought living with them would be cheaper, but I ended up spending more than I expected. When I moved into a smaller place on my own, I realized I had more control over my budget. Living alone allows you to manage your finances without feeling the need to contribute beyond your means. You can create a budget that works for you and avoid the financial strain that can come with living in a multi-generational household. 9. The joy of self-discovery, rediscovering old passions. Perhaps one of the most overlooked benefits of living alone is the opportunity for self-discovery. With time and space to yourself, you can explore new hobbies or reconnect with old ones that may have been set aside in the hustle and bustle of raising a family or working. John, a 70-year-old widower, rediscovered his love for painting after his wife passed away. Living alone gave me the time to start painting again. I hadn't picked up a brush since I was in my 20s, and now it's something I do every day. For many older adults, living alone provides the freedom to pursue passions that bring joy and fulfillment, reminding them that personal growth and discovery can happen at any stage of life. Living alone as an older adult is not about isolation. It's about independence, freedom, and creating a life that reflects your values and preferences. Whether it's enjoying the peace and quiet of your own space, taking charge of your health, or rediscovering old passions, living alone offers a wide array of benefits that can truly enhance your quality of life. As Aunt Mary always said, living alone doesn't mean you're alone. It means you're in charge of your own happiness. So, if you're considering this lifestyle or already living it, embrace it with confidence. After all, your later years are meant to be enjoyed on your own terms.